We are here on a fantastic senior night for Falcons football. The last game of the regular season, Falcons looking to pick up that elusive first win tonight against the Watkins Wolverines. We're 1-7 on the season. Two teams looking to end their season off strong as the kickoff is going to go short, bounces and fielded at the 25. He takes a return out to the left, got some space, still moving, still going forward, breaking more tackles, and finally gets brought down all the way at the Poolesville 34. A hot start for this Watkins Mill team, who struggled to put a few wins together this year. Point differential of just 63 to 298, but a good sign for their offense, or their special teams, I should say, as he takes this first return all the way out inside Poolesville territory to set them up with some great field position.
34-yard line.
The first snap is going to be a handoff out to the right. Schefter on the edge, sets it, breaks the tackle, but he does get brought down. Tyler Schefter, Deshaun Stanton combining there for the tackle, not letting him get anything, just a 1-yard gain.
No gain on the play, bring up a 2nd and 10.
And talking to a few players on this Poolesville defense, the one player they were really concerned about, Kaon Prather, number 44, one of their best players on that Watkins Mill offense. Big running backs. They would break a lot of touchdowns early this season. And he's really been a pain for a lot of the defenses they've gone up against to try and stop. And Falcons defense put a lot of emphasis on stopping that run game early and trying to force them into some uncomfortable situations.
Looks like we have official timeout at the moment. Great time to visit the concession stand.
Be an official timeout. Don't know the source of it just yet. Could be spot. Could be some communication issues. Not entirely sure yet. The play will be resuming in a few seconds. The whistle blows and we're getting right back into it. 2nd and 9 for the Watkins Mill offense. It's an interesting formation. I love to run the ball a lot. This one's going to be handoff right up the middle to Prather, who gets hit first and then tripped up behind the line. Nothing there for Prather. And this promising Watkins Mill drive, just like that, into a 3rd and long. A situation that the Poolesville Falcons defense has not been able to force many times this season, allowing opposing offenses to get ahead of the sticks. Probably a lot more often than they would like. But immediately here after that big return, 3rd and 9 from the Poolesville 33, it looks like. And we'll see if the Poolesville defense come up with an early stop, if the Watkins Mill offense can regain the momentum they got from that early kick return. Snap number 12, Andrew Hurt. Another handoff to Prather once again, pushing forward, breaking a lot of tackles. It's going to depend on the spot, but it looks like he does have a Watkins Mill first down. A 3rd and 10 run to Prather, who's probably their best player on offense, pushing the line forward, not able to bring him down. And he's going to push forward for 10 and a new set of downs.
22-yard line.
Very interesting formation here from this Wolverines offense. Haven't seen a lot from some different teams Poolesville has played this year. A good push from that line. Don't know when they're going to stop forward progress. It will be pretty late. Looks to be about a 3 or 4 yard gain on that first down. Over to a quarterback sneak on 1st and 10, just trying to pick up some yards with the offensive line pushing forward there. So, once again, some interesting formations we've seen from this Wolverines offense. Going a lot of little kind of a mini T formation, just 6, 7, 8 offensive linemen, 3, 4, 5 guys in the backfield. Just a lot of different looks that they're giving them early. See this Poolesville defense can come up with a counter. Their run defense has not been the greatest this year, allowed a lot of points. Looking to try and make a statement here with Watkins Mill deep into their territory, just entered the red zone with that last carry. This one's going to be a rollout pass. He's going to try and run for it. Flag in the backfield. Fumble on the play. Stanton forced it. Picked up. Who are they going to give it to? And that is Falcons ball. Deshaun Stanton getting in the backfield, forcing the fumble, picked up by Ethan Schlossberg, and the Falcons force a huge turnover in the red zone.
Falcons take over, 1st and 10.
Stanton, who they lost in that Rockville game, out for what would have been 2 games, comes back a little bit early and immediately making his presence known in this game, forcing that big fumble. Looked like he had a bit of space to maneuver, but Stanton was not having any of it, forcing it out. Falcons teammates recovering it. Now the Falcons offense, led by number 10 quarterback Carter Rice, setting up onto the field now at their own 15-yard line. Aiden Kang in motion. The snap is going to go to Rice. Handoff to Schefter, and just no room there for the big man. Tried to go a little power run, get the offensive line moving. He's going to lose about 2 yards to have a 2nd and 12 from their own 13-yard line. Yeah, and this Falcons offense really looking to try and get some points on the board. Last week against Sherwood, last week against Clarksburg, only able to put 10 on the board. Week before that, played Sherwood, did put up 28 points at the end of that. Didn't win the game, obviously. Lost by a decent bit. It was nice to see that offense kind of getting that movement they haven't seen. This is going to be a toss to Stanton in the backfield, looking to get the playmaker involved in some space, and he's going to have a big gain. Shoving at the end of that out of bounds, but Deshaun Stanton forces the turnover on the second play of the game. First carry, 17-yard jet sweep there. A fantastic play on that 2nd and 12. Got behind the sticks early, doesn't let it phase him, and they get 17 on that 2nd down carry to set up a 1st and 10 at their 33-yard line and out of their own red zone. And Rice under center with 3 men behind him. Rice is going to take the snap, hand off to Stanton again, trying to make some room. Breaks 2 tackles, fighting for extra yards. Picks up about 2. The ball does come out. Watkins Mill recovers. No call just yet, but I believe that will be Watkins Mill ball. They do have a man down in that Falcons backfield. Looks to be senior running back Malik Sarr, plays running back and linebacker. Down, trainers out there checking on his knee. Gotta hope it's just cramping for something like that. But yeah, still, officials still talking about what the call on this play is gonna be. Nothing just yet, but initial ruling was a fumble recovered by the Wolverines.
Once again, the varsity shirt team will be competing in the county championships tomorrow at Blair High School around 2 p.m. So if you're not going to be there, send some positive thoughts that way.
And it will be a 1st down for the Wolverines. Falcons force a quick turnover on their end. Wolverines do exactly the same, and they get the ball back. Now, last drive, they lost possession around the Falcons' 15-yard line, and pretty much that just takes off like 2 or so minutes. They lose about 20 yards. They have a 1st and 10 at the Poolesville 36. 2nd time in 2 drives, and they've started off with great field position deep into Falcons territory without having to run a single offensive snap. On the near side, Aiden Kang lined up what looks to be against Jawan Robinson. Should be a good matchup there on the outside. Kind of new to corner is Kang, but seen some flashes over the past few weeks. The run goes nowhere, stuffed at the line. And that's another thing that's really been a question for this Falcons defense the past few weeks. After losing Hayden Myers, their defensive tackle, one of their best offensive and defensive linemen, to a season-ending injury a few weeks ago. It's been interesting to see how they try and stop the run. Haven't given up many yards since Myers went down. It's really been the passing game that has killed them. See if they can continue that trend tonight, maybe lock down on the passing game a bit more, try and force some more turnovers and less points. Another one up the middle. No space once again. Terrell Luster, Seth Lamar, that dynamic duo up front that has really stepped up in Myers' absence, making the play, not giving him anything. Set up another 3rd and long. 3rd and 8 precisely from the Falcons' 33-34 range. going to be hurt in the shotgun with Prather to his left. Haven't seen many traditional looks like this one so far in this game, but a lot of interesting formations. See what they run out of this. Prather is going to be in motion to his right. This one's going to go back, and that one's picked up! Dylan Hopkins jumps the route. He's going to take this one all the way and gets brought down at the Watkins Mill 2-yard line. Dylan Hopkins read the screen perfectly, picks it off, and just gets tackled. Almost takes that one to the house. Hopkins been one of the best and most consistent playmakers on both sides of the Falcons team. Comes up big once again, forcing this early turnover, setting up the Falcons deep in Watkins Mill territory with a 1st and goal, trying to set their offense up for some points. The Dylan Hopkins chance already starting from the student section. The sophomore plays running back, plays a little bit of tight end, plays linebacker on the outside. Really been one of their few bright spots this season, coming up with another big play early in this game. Read that route like a book. They tried to get it outside. Wide receiver David Boley kind of try and make something happen with a 3rd and long just outside of field goal range. Instead, Falcons pick it off. And in just 3 offensive drives so far this game, we have 3 turnovers. A very sloppy offensive game, but a very stout defensive game so far. Just depends on which side you're looking at it from. As Weiss is going to take the snap, hand off to Schefter. He's going to push forward, and the call.
Hand off to Tyler Schefter.
No call yet. Looks to be short.
Wolverines. Just short.
Yeah, just called it just short. Going to be 2nd and goal from the 1-inch line.
2nd and goal.
Tried to get the push up front with Schefter, just not able to push it in. I'm going to set up a 2nd and goal. Just need less than a yard here to push this one in. And its offense really needs some points. Defense with 2 great stops after letting the Watkins Mill Wolverines start deep in their territory. Forced 2 stops. First one, Falcons turn the ball over again. This one is in prime position to score some points. The 2nd and goal inside the 1. Weiss is going to take the snap. He's going to roll out the pass and dropped by Aiden Kang. Weiss with a perfect rollout pass. Kang, the quarterback turned receiver, just not able to come up with that one. And that's going to set up a 3rd and goal from the 1.
3rd and goal.
Rice dealing with some ankle problems. Not going to see a ton of scrambling from him. They set up a rollout pass. Perfect ball just dropped by Kang. We're going to see if the Watkins Mill defense can take advantage of that misstep by the Falcons. The Falcons can come right back and push this in. And just under 5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Fast-moving game so far. The turnovers slow it down a little bit, but still a lot of run plays. Not a lot of stoppages, as we just saw there. But Weiss is going to hand this one off. Misdirection to Schefter. And the Watkins Mill defense holds. Brought down in the backfield. 3 straight stops for this Wolverines defense.
2 or 3. Can bring up a 4th and goal for the Falcons.
And Rice getting this play, going back out there. A risky decision early in this game. But the Falcons offense going to try and put up 6 and not settle from the field goal. Give us 6 chance. Sounding off in the student section, which always remains rowdy. Would be huge if they can get them even more active. Interesting formation here. 3 backs behind Rice, all lined up behind each other. And Rice is going to roll out to pass. Sees a man, tries to find him. And incomplete, but a pass interference. The gamble pays off, at least for now. And this one is going to go against Watkins Mill, setting up the Falcons offense with a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Automatic 1st down. Falcons are going to be looking at the 1st and goal from about the 1.5, 2-yard line.
Unable to get it on their first 3, technically 4 plays from the goal line, but the flag on that one does give them a fresh set of downs, setting them up in even better position than they just were. Looks to be at the 2-yard line now. They're going to have a 1st and goal. 3:53 left in the first quarter, 0-0 game. Falcons, after 3 straight turnovers, looking to put some points on the board. Similar formation here with Tyler Schefter, and he's going to drop this snap. No one knows where it is. The ball is picked up by the Falcons, it looks like. Not a great angle here trying to figure out where that one went. Tried some trickery, did not work. But the Falcons are going to remain in possession of the ball at what looks to be the 2-yard line. I'm not entirely sure. No official ruling here. Trying to figure out what's going on in the field. Miscommunication by both referees. They're going to have a talk about it and see where they want to put this, what the time is going to be. Yeah, ball came out. Bit of a scruff. Didn't know exactly who was able to pick that one up.
It looks like there may have been a fumble after that, and the Wolverines recovered.
And that's a fumble after the original fumble, leading to Watkins Mill taking possession of the ball once again. And one of the craziest starts to the game that we've ever seen, I've ever seen, I should say. 4 straight drives with turnovers by both teams. A fumble, interception, and a fumble. This one's going to be a run up the middle, just trying to get out of that end zone. Going to pick up a few yards out to the Falcons 4, setting up a 2nd and 6 from their own 4-yard line.
Short gain on the play.
But definitely a very interesting start to this one. Wolverines took the early kickoff back into Falcons territory, fumbled it a few plays later. Falcons offense gets the ball. They fumble on the second play of their drive. Wolverines get the ball back again. Interception by Hopkins, who took it all the way back to the 2-yard line. Falcons went 3 plays, no success. Went for it on 4th down. The pass interference on the defense set up a 1st and goal again, and they fumble on the ensuing play, leading to where we are now with Watkins Mill with the ball on offense. A bit of a weird, interesting play there. It looked like no one really knew what was going on there, but that's going to set the Watkinsville offense up with a 3rd and short. Looks to be a 3rd and 3 from the Falcons 8-yard line, let's call it. 3rd and long, 3 short, 4, whichever way you want to call it. But put a big stand if this Poolesville defense can stop them. Offense allowing them to get the ball back in the Falcons red zone. But as we've seen, 2 straight drives from this defense, picking up big stops, see if they can do it here. Force a punt, which would result in more good field position for the Falcons offense. This one's going to be a toss to the outside. Trone meets him in the backfield. Tackle is broken. Trone gets back up, and a fantastic play there. Maverick Trone, the senior, on senior night, read that play perfectly, hit him in the backfield, didn't go down, got right back up and brought him down for the 2nd time. And with the clock running just under 2 minutes, a huge loss for the Watkins Mill offense, and that's going to set up a 4th and 8 from the Watkins Mill 3-yard line. And now they're going to have to punt out of their own end zone. One play we've seen that not in recent games, but NFL, college football, high school, you name it, one of the most confusing and interesting plays you'll see is that punt from back in the end zone. So many different things can happen. You see Deshaun Stanton, the Falcons returner, all the way up at the Watkins Mill 35, expecting some good field position here for the Falcons offense to start the ball. But you never really know what can happen on these plays. Could be a block, could be a deep punt, could be just about anything in between. And Watkins Mill is going to call a timeout, just make sure their blocking adjustments and everything are indeed good. Just such a tough situation to be punting out of your own end zone. Gotta just make sure that everything is working okay. Cannot risk something going wrong and a turnover back into the end zone.
For your Poolesville Grill team, who killed it out there. I go to a lot of the away games, and I hear parents talking about the Poolesville Grill team.
Interesting storyline we've seen over the past few weeks. Both Jack Stokes and Armand Okdog both warming up for different field goals, different extra points, different kickoffs, different whatever. See, last drive it was Okdog warming up number 20, the senior, and now it is Stokes again. It has been their primary kicker, has that little wrap on his left leg. Hurt that a few weeks ago in their game against Rockville. I'm interested to see how they've been splitting time. Looks like he will be taking any extra points or
Good
field goals that
time
the
to make
Falcons
some
can
noise,
muster.
Falcon fans.
Some late substitution here from the Watkins Mill punt team. Yeah, just the back of that end zone is their punter, trying to get this one out. A difficult play, especially at the high school level. A lot to go right, and this one's going to go over his head and through the back of the end zone for a Falcon safety. The punt goes high, unable to get it, and now the Falcons offense will get the ball back with a 2-point lead. Just mentioned it a few times. One of the hardest plays in football to kind of keep your composure and make without any mistakes. And, there's not much that can go right for the punting team in that scenario. And we just saw nothing much did go right there. Didn't even get the punt off. Didn't get into the punter's hands. That one's going to fly through the end zone. Falcons take the lead 2-0 with 1 minute and 11 seconds left in the first quarter. We're receiving this kickoff right here.
The Falcons will take a 2-0 lead. And set to receive a free kick and take back over on offense.
A whirlwind start to this game. 4 turnovers, and now I guess you can call that 5. Fumble, interception, fumble, and now a safety. Definitely been one of the sloppiest games I've seen up to this point. 1 minute and 11 left in the first quarter. A lot of stuff going on. Hard to keep track of it all. But last game of the season, these two teams trying to pick up. Falcons trying to pick up that first win. Watkinsville trying to pick up that second as we get ready for playoffs to start next week. And it has been a very interesting start to this one.
Number 45. That's the kick for the Wolverines.
And it's going to be Stanton and Julian Kang, that is, back there to return. The kick from the Watkinsville 20. A line drive. Stanton's going to walk back. He's going to pick it up, fumbles it, picks it up once again. We've seen how elusive he can be as he breaks this one off. Stanton breaking tackles all the way into Watkinsville territory inside the 40-yard line. Lots of turnovers, but you can't say we've been without the explosive plays to start this one off. The long interception returned by Hopkins and forcing the fumbles on defense. Stanton forced a fumble, had that 17-yard carry earlier, and takes this punt return back into Watkinsville territory. He has been electric for all 3 sides of this Falcons team. His presence was really missed when he was out with that hand injury that he suffered in the Rockville game, missed 2 weeks. Having him back now for the second game in a row, finally just getting accustomed back into this offense, defense, and special teams role. Been such a prominent piece, looking to get him going their final game as we push towards the playoffs. As Weiss is going to take the snap, looking for a man. Pressure, he's going to throw it, and that's just going to be thrown away. Tried to get a little rollout pass, something we didn't think we were going to see a lot of. That right ankle hurt yesterday. Don't know the extent of the injury yet, but he has been walking around a little bit gingerly. Don't really want him, or at least you wouldn't think you would want him running around a lot. We've seen a few rollouts, a few dropbacks from Rice. And definitely going to be an interesting factor as we look to how this offense is going to play this game. Just trying to get a lot of things involved, trying to get that offense working more. And obviously Weiss's mobility and able to throw on the run, a big part of what they want to do. As a flag is going to come out. Looks to be delay of game. Yeah, Falcons coming out of the huddle as the flag was thrown. And, oh, wow, they're actually going to call that one for intentional grounding. Going to be a loss of down, spot foul, set up second and long for the Falcons. Head coach Brian, too, but not too pleased with that one. Looked like he was out of the tackle box when he made that throw. Refs seem to disagree, and that's going to move them back. Started at the Watkinsville 39, going to move it back to what looks to be around the Watkinsville 45. Still in plus territory, but definitely a big loss as that also takes away the down. Yeah, going to set up a 2nd and 15 here just inside the Watkinsville 45. Rollout didn't work. Running game hasn't been great to start this one off. It'll be interesting to see how they go attack the rest of this drive. Cannot waste that good field position as he did last drive. As Rice in the shotgun with Schefter next to him. Puts Aiden Kang in motion. This is going to be a toss to him. He can pass it, decides to run it. A lot of traffic in the backfield. Cuts back some open space. Makes something out of nothing. Kang moving down the field, and he's going to get inside the Watkinsville 35.
Aiden Kang brought down by number 8.
The wide receiver touch at the end of that, or at the start of that, pardon me, looked to be swarmed way back at the 50, cuts back, making something out of nothing. And instead of a 5-6 yard loss, he turns it into a positive gain, setting up a 3rd and 5 from the Watkins Mill 34. We've seen a big negative play to start off the drive, then a big positive play. Crucial 3rd down here. Falcons up 2-0. You are going to let this one go to the end of the first quarter, as it looks like. Going to flip sides. Ooh, maybe it could be trying to get this play off. No, they're just going to let this one go to the end of the first quarter. 2-0 here, a little baseball score. Start the second quarter. Falcons will start with the ball. 3rd and 5 from the Watkins Mill 34 as we flip sides here.
In the first quarter, your Falcons have a lead over the Watkins Mill Wolverines by a score of 2-0. Falcons will be looking at about a 3rd and 5 from the Wolverines 34-yard line. The athletic department would like to thank you in advance for helping us keep the facilities clean by using the proper trash receptacles located around the stadium. Bathrooms are located to the left of the concession stand. And we'd like to remind you to keep the pathways clear so people can pass through. And please watch the game from seats in the stand. Thank you.
You start the second quarter here. Falcons 3rd and 5 from the Watkins Mill 34. Sloppy first quarter by both sides. We've seen 5 turnovers. As Schefter's going to take it, he's going to go with the direct snap, pushing his way forward, and he looks to be just short.
Tyler Schefter with the keeper.
Will depend on the spot here.
Not bring him down. Let's stop his forward progress.
As they're going to hurl it to a
Falcon first down.
Yep, first down for the Falcons. Just able to cross that line. Depending on where the forward progress was stopped, that big pile moving Schefter forward with that direct snap. And that's going to be a first down for the Falcons. Really needed that one if you're the Falcons offense, if you're Coach Brian Tupa watching. Have not seen a ton of promise from this Falcons offense over the course of the year. Had that great game against Sherwood 2 weeks ago. Looking to pick up that first win the last game of the year as Schefter once again back in the shotgun for the direct snap. He's going to pass it out to Kang. Kang's turning upfield. He's going to fight for more yards. Picks up about 7 or 8 yards. Looks to be about 7 yards there. Going to set up a 2nd and 4. Seen a lot of those plays just have not been able to work for the Falcons this year. Just a tick off with a lot of them. Look to see if they can get that kind of short game. They've got a lot of fast receivers, a lot of fast outside guys that can get the ball, turn upfield. Stanton, Kang, Schefter can move it too. Sam Lewis, Leo Sago. Seen a lot of guys that can really move it upfield. Just have not been able to utilize that as well as they probably would have wanted to this course of the year. But that's another good sign there. Seen a few of those plays. Aiden Kang moving around. Deshaun Stanton moving around. See if they can get some of those explosive playmakers involved in this offensive game plan. As going to be a flag. That's going to be encroachment at Watkins Mill. 2 of their defensive linemen jumped over the line. And that will set up a free Falcons first down.
Falcon first down. Falcons move the ball into the red zone. Set up 1st and 10 at the Wolverines 17-yard line.
This one's going to be a handoff to Hopkins. Hopkins pushing forward, dragging defenders down to the 11-yard line. The Falcons offense creeping closer and closer to that Watkins Mill end zone.
Good for about 5 yards. 2nd and 5 for the Falcons.
It's set up a 2nd and 4, looks to be 2nd and 4 from the 11-yard line. Yeah, 9:48 and counting left here in the second quarter. Seen a lot of different things out of this game. Falcons trying to put the first touchdown on the board. They have a 2-0 lead from a missed snap on a punt, which led to a safety. And now in prime position to score, Schefter once again in the gun. And this is going to be a timeout. Do not know who it was called by. Officials blowing the whistle, conversing right now. Unsure of what the call is on the field. Looked to be a signal for a timeout. Don't know if it's with a ball spot or... Yeah, no mic on these guys. Can't entirely hear what they're saying from up here, obviously. But, yeah, look to be some matter with either the clock or the ball, and they're going to set that one right back up. 2nd and 4 at the Watkins Mill 11. Schefter under center. Trone to his right. Kang and Leo to his right. To his more right. And that's going to be a false start. Didn't see who jumped. But after the miscommunication with the refs, miscommunication on that Falcons offense, and the 2nd and 4 will quickly turn into a 2nd and 9.
Against the offense. Bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Falcons.
Yeah, those mistakes have really cost this Falcons offense and defense, for that matter, over the season. Looking to overcome this one. Yes, 2nd and 9 from the 15. Schefter is still back there. Don't know if Rice is hurt, and it's going to be a timeout by the Falcons. Coach Brian Tupa is livid talking to Schefter right now. Looks a lot of miscommunication pre-play. Just trying to sort that out. Red zone offense. It had one drive in the red zone. Ended up with a fumble on 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Obviously not looking to replicate that here. Tupa's just not gonna risk anything. Call the timeout. .44 left to go in the second quarter. Falcons offense setting up for a 2nd and 9 at the Watkins Mill 16-yard line. Schefter's going to hand off to Hopkins, who gets met at the line and dropped. Tried to get the playmaker involved on the run play there, and the big bodies on the Watkins Mill offensive line were not having it.
3rd and 9.
And a 2nd and 4 from the Watkins Mill 11 quickly has turned into a 3rd and 9 from the 16. Definitely a must-score drive for the Falcons. Watkins Mill's offense hasn't moved the ball a ton, but their special teams very dangerous early on in this one. Cannot give them too many chances to break one off, or else they could just do it. So got to get at least some points off here. We'll see if Tupa tries to go a little bit conservative with that strong leg of Stokes in his back pocket, as this one's going to be a pass for Schefter. Looking across the middle, almost picked off. Way behind Stanton, batted down by what looked to be Keon Prather. Guy making plays on all sides of the ball this season, bats that one down. And the field goal team will set up onto the field. Jack Stokes, their kicker, they're one of their leaders on that team. The juniors not had a ton of opportunities to kick this year. Don't know exactly what his line is, but when he kicks them good, when he kicks them good, they're going through just about every time. Yeah, Stanton playing both sides of the ball and holding. The 5-tool weapon they got back there. The snap to Stanton. The hold is good. The kick looked to be no good. Don't know if it was tipped in the line or he just pushed it left. Didn't make great contact on it. Goes left. No matter what happened there, it does not end up in any points. And so far, teams in the other team's red zone, other team's territory on just about every single drive. And it is a 2-0 game still, with Watkinsville regaining possession of the ball now deep in their own territory, starting at the 20-yard line. Yeah, haven't seen any passes from number 12 quarterback Andrew Hurt. See if they try and get that more incorporated. This is going to be another timeout. A ton of miscommunication by players, coaches, refs tonight. We have seen it all. As Watkins Mills are going to regroup, see what they want to do on this first down. Down 2. Haven't had a ton of momentum really on either side this whole game. Watkins Mill looking to try and string together a few plays, get that offense moving. They have that really dangerous weapon in Kenyon Prather in the backfield, who's been unstoppable against some of the defenses they've gone up against this year. Just one of those guys, they can set him up, get him going. Could really be a difficult player, a difficult play design to stop on that Falcons defense, as they've shown played a lot better against the run over the past few weeks, but still just giving up a lot of points in pretty much every game. And when you're facing a team that has a weapon like that, that's your first priority. You got to stop them. First and 10 from their own 20-yard line, call it the 19-yard line. Hurt in the shotgun. He takes the snap. It's going to be a toss to the outside. Dropped, picked up back by Andrew Hurt. There's a flag on the play for something. Don't know what it is. Watkins Mill recovers the ball. The spot is back at the 13, depending on what the flag is. But that play, tried to get the toss outside. Didn't work. Flag on the offense looked to be holding, and they're just going to decline that one, set up the second and long, not have to worry about getting 3 stops, only have to worry about getting 2, the obvious choice on that one. Step in the shotgun once again. Saw a lot of different formations out of this Watkinsville offense early in the game. Seen a lot of just standard gun formations regularly after those first 2 drives or so. And Hurt's going to look downfield. He's going to scramble. Cage Tupou with a great tackle. Coming in from the second level. Had a great game against Clarksburg last week. Hurt thought he saw the lane, tried to exploit it, and Tupou came in flying like he was shot out of a cannon and makes the stop, setting up a 3rd and long. Yeah, somewhat of a consistent theme here for that Watkinsville offense, just moving backwards, not able to get a ton of forward traction.
Yeah, let's hear one more.
And they're going to have a 3rd and what looks to be 16, 17 yards. Need to get all the way out to the 30 if they want to pick up this first. See how they kind of go against this. Offense hasn't been moving. This is going to be another flag. Delay of game on the offense. The miscommunications on both sides continue. That's going to back them up even further. A 3rd and long to a 3rd and longer. Wonder if that changes the play call at all. If they were going to go conservative anyway, they decided to continue to go conservative. As they're not going to huddle. Looks to be just the same play call as was called before. Yeah, Hurt in the gun. Looks to his left, looks over the middle, fires deep, and this one's picked off! Deshaun Stanton's going to run it back. He's got room, seeing some green grass. Gets brought down hard by Prather, but Deshaun Stanton is having himself a first half. Forced fumble, deep kickoff return, or deep punt return, that is, and now an interception on the overthrown ball on the 3rd and long, and the Falcons offense once again setting up shop deep in Wolverine territory. Yeah, Deshaun Stanton really saw how that offense and defense missed him with that hand injury. Looks to be holding it a little bit right now. Not something you want to see from a guy who's made a ton of plays early in this game. But he missed 2 games with that hand injury. And in his 2nd game back, showing that he has not missed a beat. This is going to be Rice in the shotgun. Handoff to Schefter. Schefter pushing forward inside the 10, down to the 7.
Handoff to Tyler Schefter.
Saw Schefter a lot at quarterback on that last drive. Rice coming back in. Don't know if he was hurt. Don't know if it was just trying to change something up. We've seen a lot from Coach Brian Tuba in his first year here. But no matter what it was, Rice back in at quarterback, looking to push this ball in. 2nd and 5 from the 6. They can pick up that first down if they get to around the 1.5 yard line, it looks like. But obviously not thinking first down. They're thinking touchdown. Another flag on the field. Yeah, a legal or a sideline violation, that is, on the defense. And yeah, just a warning. They threw the flag. Just going to be a warning, though. No yards gained or lost by either side, as Rice is going to hand this one off to Hopkins, who gets swarmed again. Just missed that first tackle attempt in the backfield, but did not have much space to move after that. And that's going to set up a 3rd and 5. I mean, that Falcons defense playing so well tonight, forcing those turnovers, forcing that really good field position. You're this Falcons offense. You cannot let another great opportunity to score a pass. Just a 2-0 game with 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Should be a lot more than that. It's probably what all the Falcons players and coaches are thinking. They've had a ton of opportunities to put up some more points. Haven't capitalized just yet. Let's see if they can put it in on this 3rd and 5. As Rice can take the snap, look to pass, fire out to Schefter. Got some room to go, but he is going to be swarmed once again. That secondary and linebackers by that Watkins defense, not letting Schefter get anywhere. That'll set up a 4th down. We saw a similar situation earlier in this game where they went for it. Looks like they're going to be doing the same thing. Rice getting the play call from Tupa over there on the near side. Last time it was a little bit of a rollout pass to the right. Oh, it looks like there's going to be a illegal hands to the face on the defense. A late flag coming in here. And that should set up a 1st down and goal for the Falcons. So a lot of miscommunication. Last game of the season. Still seeing some of this. And then they're going to set up. Marker says 4th down. Don't know what the official ruling is. We'll just have to play it as if it's a 4th down. As Rice is going to hand it off to Schefter on the outside. He's going nowhere. Defense swarms him in the backfield. And nothing there on that try. And yeah, that was indeed 4th down. Not entirely sure why the illegal hands to the face wasn't a 1st down. But Watkinsville will take over. Yet another turnover early in this game. 3.5 left in the first half. And just a ton of mistakes on both sides. Falcons set up once again deep in Watkinsville territory. Not able to get anything. Missed field goal last time. The fumble 2 times ago. Turnover on downs here. Just getting out the whole bag of not being able to score points down there. Yeah, Watkinsville offense in a familiar position tonight, deep in their own territory from the 5-yard line. Tried to sneak last time to get out. This one's going to be a toss. And Wacer Anderson is not able to bring it down the backfield. Gets back up, able to make the tackle. And that's going to be a loss. Anderson almost got in there for a safety. Able to get that second effort after missing the tackle to help bring him down. And they're going to be all the way back at the 1-yard line. We saw the safety a few drives ago. Falcons defense looking to pick up another one. 2-0 now, looking to make it 4-0. I mean, if the offense can't get going, might as well try and rely on the defense to get points in the form of safeties. And they're still winning 2-0 right now. Another play like that from the Watkinsville offense could make it 4-0. As Hurt's going to line up, that's going to be a handoff up the middle. Pushes forward for about a yard or 2 yards. And actually going to be around no gain there.
Like a minimal gain on the play.
Setting up a third about 14 from the 1-yard line. Watkinsville tried 2 runs there, just trying to get it out of deep in their territory. Nothing happening there. And 3rd and long, but the Falcons defense obviously looking to get a stop, but you forced the safety on the punt last time. Definitely looking to try and get something similar here, either by way of the punt or by way of this 3rd down. Hurt lining up behind the center. He's going to hand this one off. Breaking tackles as Prather gets out to about the 7 or 8 yard line. But with the 3rd and long that didn't set up anything, they get out of their end zone. But that will set up a 4th and long, leading to another punt. The Falcons defense. Offense not doing them any favors, but the defense is holding strong here. Under 2 minutes left to play in the first half. Looking for probably a 2-minute drill here, try and put up some points and be that Falcons offense. And with the way he's been playing tonight, you got Stanton back deep, potentially just look to eliminate any offensive aspect, try and run it back here if you get something good enough. Been electric tonight. See if you can do it again one more time before the half, as the clock's still winding, under a minute and a half left to play. See if they can get the snap good this time. It will be good. The punt does get off. Stanton going to let it bounce. Hits off his hands, going to pick it up. Going to try and run it back. Has space down the sideline. Breaks the tackle inside the 20 down to the 16. Man, is he having a first half. Getting it done on defense, offense, and special teams. Getting the crowd hype with just a minute and 5 left to play. Looking to put up some non-defensive points here as we head into the half. The Watkinsville offense was the first to take over the ball. Falcons will get the ball at the start of the second half. Looking for a little Bill Belichick play here. Get the ball back, score, get the ball at the start of the second half. Worked so well for him in the NFL. And it's going to be a flag of a face mask on the defense.
Personal foul face mask against the Wolverines.
It's going to move it even closer to the goal line for the Falcons.
I guess, but I think that's going to be a half a distance penalty.
They're going to have a 1st and 10 from the 10.5 yard line. This one's going to be a handoff to Hopkins up the middle. Hopkins breaking tackles, tries to get to the edge. Depends on the call, and that's a touchdown. Dylan Hopkins wouldn't let the Watkinsville defense bring him down. Just able to stay off the grass, lunges out for the touchdown, and the Falcons offense, with just over a minute left to play, puts up their first touchdown of the day, extending their lead to 8-0. Looks to be Okdog back there trying to put up the extra point, make it 9-0. Obviously had the safety earlier, not 10. Interesting conversation, obviously, with the coaches trying to see if they want to go for the 2-point conversion, put it up by 10, more conventional score. They choose to go for the kick. Okdog kick is up and is blocked. Got to it on that Watkinsville defensive line, just got up there and blocked it quickly. Had 2 straight kicking attempts for the Falcons, not panned out the way they would have liked. Pushed it left and then a block on that one. We'll go back to the kickoff, but nevertheless, a 8-0 lead for the Falcons. Falcons defense looking to make one more stop before halftime just to send it into the second half.
Draw close to halftime. It's a great time to visit the Falcon nest and get some goodies before the halftime rush. Tonight's special is fish and chips and fish tacos. They look pretty good from my vantage point.
Continuing the chants there from the rowdy student section. They love to get hyped for their Falcons, hoping to see the team's first win tonight. Man, with a few more points on the board at the start of the second half, or even at the end of this first half, would get them hyped going into the rest of the game. They need them to get hyped and stay hyped. Really we've seen it so many times in professional, college, high school. That crowd can really carry an offense and hold a team to a victory. The deep kick by Stokes, fielded at the 2, going to be taken out to the right side. Lewis meets him at the 15, pushing him back. Does break the first tackle, but the swarm of Falcons defenders bring him down at the 14-yard line. And gotta imagine that the Watkinsville offense doesn't try and do too much here. They saw what happened last time when they tried to go aggressive on a 3rd and long, and that pick by Deshaun Stanton. 52.5 seconds left here, deep in their own territory. I mean, they're going to need to go 82, 83, 84 yards. Or actually, 86, 87 yards. They're going to want a touchdown. Obviously, don't exactly know what capabilities they have in that kicker position. Saw him draining a few 40-yarders in pregame, but obviously that's pregame. No snap, no hold, no defense or anything. So interesting to see how they attack this. Will they just take the knee, just get a few run plays, try and see what happens? But Falcons defense, a fantastic first half for them up to this point, 8-0. Multiple turnovers on that side of the ball, and really stop that Watkinsville offense from getting any kind of momentum. This is going to be a quarterback run out to the right side, able to pick up a few yards out to the 21-yard line. 20-yard line, that is. Going to set up a 2nd and 3. 46.5 seconds left here. Run on first down. Do they go pass here? Do they go run? I mean, he had that first big run, or not. I don't want to say big run play. We had that first solid run play of 7-8 yards there, and I mean those are the kind of plays that if you're trying to want to pull a 2-minute drill, a little 1-minute drill, that you can kind of get something like that. This is be another handoff, stopped in the backfield, a huge hit late in there. Dylan Hopkins already grabbed him by the leg. Schlossberg in cage 2, but there Hopkins came in for the cleanup. And they're just going to be probably content with letting that clock run down. There will be a timeout called. Never mind. Timeout called by the Watkinsville head coach. A 3rd and 5, maybe trying to get something going, try and pick up that first down, get some quick offense going. Yeah, just 25 seconds left here. Sloppy first half. Lining up different quarterbacks. Saw him take the quarterback run a few plays ago for a gain of 7. A 3rd and 5 here from the 18. Have a guy in motion. They're going to toss it to him on the jet sweep. Cuts inside. Oh, a cage Tupa. A wrestling move there to bring him down. And the Falcons are going to take a timeout with this setting up a 4th down. They're going to have 1 or 2 plays that we get into a field goal range after the punt. Maybe Deshaun Stanton can just work some more of his magic, take it all the way back. But with 18 seconds left, 17.9, just call it 18 seconds left. Falcons are going to try and put a few more points up on the board. Already up 8-0. Yeah, Watkinsville is setting up for the punt. I've seen some shakiness out of the punt team on that Watkinsville side. just looking for seeing if that Falcons special teams or Falcons offense can just make a few plays, put up some more points, get going into the half stronger than they already are. The snap's going to be high. He does field it. Wobbly kick, going to bounce once. Stanton's going to pick it up. Breaks the first tackle. Tries to cut to the right. Brought down by Prather. And with 7.3 seconds left, Falcons have the ball at the 47 of Watkins Mill. Do they try and go for one play to set up the field goal? Do they try and just go for a deep Hail Mary, try and put some points on the board, maybe hope for a penalty? Who knows? It'll be an interesting call here. We've seen Rice have the arm the past few games to let it loose and try and get it somewhere near that goal line. Maybe set up a little lateral play here. Obviously, I'm just spitballing at this point, but obviously, you called that timeout for a reason. Maybe hoping that Stanton would be able to get some more yards there on the kickoff return, maybe. But you got to have some idea of what you're doing on offense. Obviously, not setting up for the knee. Trying to maybe get some more points on the board as Weiss is going to roll it to the right. Defensive line coming in quick. He's going to throw it deep. Jaw dropped by Aiden Kang. A perfect ball by Rice inside the 20. Kang struggling so far tonight, just off his hands. We've seen that twice from Rice now. Just a great pass on the run. Kang not able to haul it in. And with 0.7 seconds left, they're going to have time for one more play. Try and let it loose and score. Just try to set up that deep play, get down for the field goal. Good throw by Rice, just not able to connect with his target there. And obviously can't want to play to set up a field goal here with just under a second left. Probably going to either just go conservative with a run or try and launch it deep, maybe with some laterals, try and put up some points on the board. Obviously a long shot, but you had the lead. You can take some risks here. Rice going to roll out once again, doing what he does best, evading pressure in the pocket. He's going to scramble. Hopkins in front of him as a blocker. He's just going to run out of bounds, gets hit. Level takes out a coach over there on the sideline. But with that, Rice saying some words over there to the Watkinsville sideline, and that will take us into the half. 8-0 lead for the Poolesville Falcons, and they get the ball at the start of the second half. Sloppy first half, not clean by any means, but if you're the Falcons, going into halftime with someone you haven't seen much of with a lead, obviously not the cleanest, but you're liking what you've seen so far. We will, with the Palms team coming out to perform, we'll set the camera onto that. No more commentary until the start of the second half, and we'll see you then. We are back here for the start of the second half
All right,
of
Falcons
Poolesville
should be
versus
set to
Watkins
receive
Mill
it
here on
for the
a
second half.
beautiful Friday night. Poolesville getting the ball to start the second half, up 8-0. Points coming off of a safety and then a touchdown with a missed extra point. You're just tuning in now. A lot of turnovers, a lot of mistakes, a lot of interesting plays in that first half. But all that's out the window. We got 24 minutes left of football here. Falcons are getting the ball back, or getting the ball first, I should say. Student sections getting hyped for the Falcons offense, about to come out on the field. The kick is away. This one's going to be fielded by Julian Kang. A lot of speed out of Kang. He's going to cut upfield, breaks one tackle, gets hit, and stopped in his tracks at the 29-yard line. That is where the Falcons offense will start their first drive.
First by number 88, Lamar Sutherland.
Interesting for this first play. Don't see Carter Rice anywhere on the field as of right now. He's off to the left talking with Coach Smitty. Looks like it will be Tyler Schefter. Tyler Schefter lining up under center to start this drive. As we mentioned, Rice dealing with that ankle injury. We saw Schefter for one drive earlier in this game. Seen him again now. A lot of runs, had two passes, one of which did result in a touchdown to Dylan Hopkins after a great run and lunge to the end zone. But obviously the main running back, and we'll see here, does run the first play as he breaks to the outside, stiff arms a man, gets slung down a bit awkwardly, no flag on the play though, and he will pick up a first down on the Falcons' first play of the second half.
Not before he picks up 14 yards.
Yeah, just 8 points in the first half for that Falcons offense. Obviously, it wasn't enough to take that 8-0 lead, but a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of getting the ball deep into Watkinsville territory and just not capitalizing. Had the missed field goal, he had the turnover on downs, he had the fumble. 3 different times when you could have had 3, 7, 8 maybe points if you wanted to, but just not able to push it over either the uprights or into the end zone. You see here, Schefter once again takes the snap. He's looking to throw under pressure, fires it deep as he gets hit, looking for Stanton, and just out of his reach. Stanton had a step on the corner, has been playing great all night, just not able to catch up to that one. Schefter got rocked when he threw that one. Pretty decent ball, but Stanton just couldn't get under it.
2nd and 10, Falcons.
And you see that really nice run on that 1st and 10 from Schefter that set the first down. Obviously, he's their main running back. So Watkinsville defense, any defense that sees the running back line up at quarterback, you're not expecting any deep passes. If any pass, it's probably going to be a short one. But Schefter uncorked that one. Pretty good arm, just not able to make the connection there. 2nd and 10 from the Watkinsville 42. Schefter's going to do a little fake toss, misdirection. Ooh, tried to hand it off to Hopkins. Ball came out, but he does hop right back onto it. Almost another one of those costly turnovers we were talking about. But it does result in a 3rd and 10. So after the first big run, just missed a deep pass play. Almost gave the ball back there with the fumble, and they're going to have a 3rd and 10 on their, or 3rd and 11, on their own 41. And obviously, first drive, Watkinsville offense hasn't shown you much, but with the way the defense played this year compared to tonight, we're seeing a lot better tonight than we have this year. Obviously, you would like to get some more points on the board just to widen that lead a little bit, give your defense a cushion. They've been on the field a lot tonight. As Schefter will take the snap, rolls out to his right. He has a lefty, and he will be brought down. Tried to go a little offside throw with the rollout, but Keon Prather has been a menace today on the field, as he has been all season, and that's going to push them back to a 4th and 20. First offensive drive of the second half. Not much going after the first play. Essentially just a 3-and-out +1. And Seth Lamar, the senior, one of their captains, one of the best players in Montgomery County, was on that top 150 list. And he'll be lined back to punt. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman, and a punter. So, he does it all. And flag will be out. Don't know if this is delay game, false start, illegal formation. We've seen a plethora of different flags tonight. can only imagine what they're calling here. Valaparla running off the field. Looks potentially 12 men on the field. Not entirely sure. No official. 12 men on the field on the Falcons, and that'll move it back 5 more yards. And they'll have a 4th and 25 on the 27. Watkins, interesting excited. They got 2 people back deep. Seen a lot of two guys back on the kickoffs. Don't see much of that 2 guys back on the punt return. As a high snap, Lamar is able to field it. Gets it away. It is a very short punt. This one bounces. Stanton is going to field it at the 30-yard line. Good job by Lamar there to flip the field position. Didn't let the penalties break him, and a good punt with a very favorable Poolesville bounce all the way down to the 30. Set up the Watkinsville offense for their first drive of the second half, led by quarterback Andrew Hurt. Hasn't thrown a lot today. Saw him throwing some good balls in warm-ups, but obviously that offense has really been centered around that quarterback draw, one of their other quarterbacks, and trying to get their star, Keon Prater, involved. Saw him on the sack there, obviously, as most high school players do. He does play both ways. Been a wrecking ball against opposing defense this year. Has not seen much success tonight. He's big 0 on the board for the Watkinsville offense and really just team overall. But, yeah, Hurt's got a pretty decent arm. They tried to throw it a few times. Had one overthrow, which resulted in a Deshaun Stanton pick. We'll see what happens here on this first drive. They try and set the momentum a little bit differently, or just try and keep doing what was working the first half and just hope it pans out. This one's going to be a bit of a weird handoff. Reached the wrong way, and Tyler Schefter in the backfield, not letting him go anywhere. Yeah, first play of the second half, bit of a miscommunication, it looked like. Hurt went to hand off to the right side. Prater ran to the left side. They got it fixed after a second, but that was enough time to let Schefter, who's been a force on both sides of the ball for this Falcons team, get into the backfield and stuff that one before they had any hopes of that going anywhere. Now, reverting back to the formation they used for the first few plays. Very interesting that 3 guys kind of line on the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Prater. Prater runs to the left. He's breaking tackles out to the 35 to set up a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. Yeah, called a 3rd and 7 there. They're on the 35-yard line. That's something we've seen a lot from this Falcons defense today. We haven't in the past. They don't have Hayden Myers, who's one of their biggest and best guys on both sides of the line, but they've been able to stop the big force that is Keon Prater and have not allowed him to get cooking, which is obviously a very good sign for Brian Tupa and the West Snap Falcons coaching staff. I mean, he's the focal point of their offense. If you can stop the focal point, then the rest of their offense, they're going to have to use their secondary playmakers, which no one likes to do. He's going to push forward again. Another run, pushes the pile. And on a 3rd and 7 run, that should give them the first down. Depending on the spot, they could be called. They're going to call it just short. Instead of a first down, it is a 4th and inches from the 41. They're lining up to go for this one. Why not? We've seen a lot of NFL teams use that tush push that the Eagles coined. And obviously not. And they're actually going to call this a first down. Refs conversed, and they do end up giving it the first down. Was kind of hoping. I'm obviously an Eagles fan. Kind of hoping for a bit of a tush push action there. They do end up overruling it into the first down, and it looks like we will not see that kind of play. Although we did see it earlier in this game on a 1st and 10, just trying to get some yards. And here's a handoff to one of their other running backs. He's got some space around the edge. He's breaking a tackle inside Falcons territory, inside the 45. We're actually to the 45. Good explosive run there.
Tackled by number 5, Racer Anderson. Now before it picks up enough for a Wolverine first down.
And the Wolverines offense showing some explosive playability there with that decent run.
45-yard line.
Yeah, not an offense you're going to see a lot of those explosive plays from. Obviously, they do love the power runs. They get them a few yards every time. It's Schefter in the backfield. A great play there. They tried to go to the left with the run again. Schefter flew in from the side, makes the tackle. And after giving up that big run for the first down, Falcons defense immediately responds with that big tackle for loss by Schefter, his 2nd of this drive. And the stars always shine brighter in the big performances. We've seen Tyler Schefter in his last regular season game of his illustrious Falcons career on senior night, making a lot of plays through both passing game, running game, and defense. So this is going to be a quarterback draw out to the left, has a bit of space, not a ton. Looked to be a bit of a late block there by David Boley, but no call on the field, no flag on the field. And this will set them up with a 3rd and 5 from the 40. A huge down here with the Wolverines only down by 8 here, just under 6.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. A big stop here from the Falcons defense could continue to set that tone. There'll be a flag, and that is going to be a false start. Maybe signaling both ways, and that's actually going to be offsides on the defense. Coach Chupa is not too happy with that one. That'll move it 5 more yards, and that will set up a 1st and 10 for the Wolverines offense. That's just something you cannot do there. Got him to that 3rd and 5. You give them the fresh set of downs without them having to even run a snap. See if the Watkins offense can capitalize it. Oh, not on that one. Cage Chupa, haven't called his name much tonight after the big game against Clarksburg last week, but on that play, it goes right through the middle and smashes the running back there.
2nd and 14 over.
He's missed a lot of the season with that groin injury. We saw him moving a bit gingerly earlier in the game. Hasn't missed many snaps at all, though. Been a real Iron Man for them on that defense when he plays. Yeah, had a sack, had 3 or 4 tackles for loss last week. Hopefully, the Falcons defense want him to get more involved here. This is going to be a toss to the outside. Runs upfield back to the original line of scrimmage. Gets a few more. Prather pushing his way forward. Down across the 30 out to the 28-yard line to set up another 3rd and 5, it looks like. Yeah, 9-yard gain. That should be less than a 3rd and 5, but 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. And this is going to be a timeout called by Brian Tupa. Obviously, a big down here once again. Gave up the 3rd down with an offsides last time. Tupa making sure his guys are all set, all know what they got to do. Cannot give the Watkinsville offense another free 1st down here.
And the Poolesville Grill team is sponsored by the Booster Club. Still open, still plenty of food down there. I heard they're out of chicken tenders, but they still have some of everything else. Head down there and get some fish tacos or fish and chips. This is their special tonight.
It's 3rd down, 5:25 left in the 3rd quarter. Falcons defense been very stout today so far. Gave up that last 1st down on an offsides call. Looking to hold here, force either a try for 4th down or a field goal.
Also, like to remind you that the track and field are for student athletes, coaches, medical personnel, safety personnel.
Looks to be somewhat of a quarterback sneak here. Asking for the tush push. Looks like I'll get something similar. And they move up front. They try. Obviously, there was plays with a lot of guys on the line to cause some confusion, as we just saw there. Coaches can't believe it, and they will move back 5 yards. They tried to set it. They used it earlier on a 1st and 10, picked up about 6 with a good push from the line. Tried to pick it up there on the 3rd and 3, but they're going to have to run something differently now with that 3rd and about 6, 7, or 8. Can't entirely tell from where it is. Obviously, we don't have those yellow and blue lines you love on the watching football, college football, NFL on the TV. But, yeah, it looks to be about a 3rd and 7 from the Falcons' 32 so far. As going to take the snap and roll it to the right. Another quarterback run. Nothing there. And Cage Tupa said I hadn't mentioned his name much. Gets in there for the 2nd time on this drive for another huge tackle for loss. He's going to lose 6 or 7 yards there. And that will set up a 4th and 12, 4th and 13 now. Yeah, Cage Tupa brings a lot of speed to that otherwise large linebacker room. Showing his wheels right there. Watkinsville offense tried to move around there, a little trickery to the quarterback draw, and the Wolverines are going to line up to go for this one here. A fourth and 12, fourth and 13 from the Falcons' 37-yard line. Student section's getting high. This is a big play if they can get a stop here. And the Watkinsville coaches are going to call a timeout, potentially look over this play, maybe go back to a punt. Obviously not trying a 55-yard field goal from here. But, yeah, great stop on that third down by the Falcons defense to set up this fourth down. Lined up to go for it initially, potentially just trying to see what Poolesville was going to run, what kind of formation they were going to come out with. But definitely, if they try and go for this one, they don't get it. Poolesville in great position that I would set them up in.
Want to get in the game, take the big calls, give back to your community? Then sign up today to become a high school official. More officials are urgently needed in every sport in our state, from football to swimming to wrestling and volleyball. Without officials, there are no sports. So make the right call and visit highschoolofficials.com to learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com. This message brought to you by the NFHS.
Fantastic music for a great day here in Poolesville. Go Falcons!
The Wolverines run their setup back onto the field with Hurt out there. Does look like they will be going for it again on this fourth and long. Call the timeout, talk over the play call. Thought they might have switched up to a punt, but they will indeed go for it once again. Some movement in that backfield, trying to get the guys to where they want them. Hurt in the shotgun. Hasn't had a ton of success today passing, but they're going to need some here as he takes the snap. A lot of pressure. They set up the screen. He's got some room to run, but Cage Tupa probably heard me up in the booth saying we hadn't mentioned his name and wanted to get some recognition. 3 plays on that drive. Just stuffing 2 run plays, stuffing that pass play. Ineligible man downfield in the offense. They're going to decline, and the Falcons offense will take over the ball just inside their own 35. Yeah, Cage Tupa didn't make a ton of plays in the first half, but boy, did he come on that drive. Just some huge hits. And, I mean, that's like he's a guy, he brings a lot of speed, a lot of physicality to that linebacker room. They missed that on their defense a lot when he was hurt for most of the season. He's come back and made a huge impact. And they've had some really good defensive weeks over these past few weeks. As Schefter once again in the shotgun at quarterback. He's going to look to pass, fires it out low to Kang. He scoops it up off the ground. They are going to call that a catch. Doesn't get many yards there, about 3 yards. Going to set up a 2nd and 7 from the 36-yard line. Yeah, obviously no official word up here. We don't have contact with any of the coaches or anything. We don't got a sideline reporter or anything. But obviously Carter Wise dealing with that injury earlier. He's got the ball in his hand over there. Wonder when we will see him next. But so far, last drive and this drive, it's been all Tyler Schefter. Schefter with Hopkins to his right in the shotgun once again. He's going to go for a quarterback draw. A lot of space up the middle. Schefter breaking tackles. He's got room to the outside. One man to beat. Schefter breaks another tackle. He can't go down inside the 10-yard line. Tyler Schefter with the quarterback draw for a huge Falcons game. Stanton once again getting the crowd hype. What a duo these two have been on both sides of the ball. Making stops on defense, generating those big explosive plays on offense. And just like that, the Falcons offense is inside the Watkins Mill red zone down to the 10 or called 11-yard line.
Personal foul against the Wolverines.
And Watkins Mill with a personal foul. You saw Schefter kind of got spun around there awkwardly. That's going to move it even farther into their territory onto the Watkins Mill 6. This one's going to be a run to the left side. Not much going there. 2 yards on the carry.
Except with the gain is 2 on the play. Second goal.
Trying to generate that running game once again. Saw the huge play. Nothing much there. They're going to set up a 2nd and goal from the 4. And an injury timeout here. One of the Watkins Mill interior defensive linemen is down.
An official's timeout for an injured Wolverine.
2:58 here left in the 3rd quarter. Falcons driving as we step away for a minute as the trainers check on the injured Wolverine. And I see him getting back up there as he will walk off the field under his own power. Jog off, actually. Nice to see that.
All right, let's hear it for number 11, Warner Williams, the 4th, jogging off the field under his own power.
Yeah, Warner Williams, the 4th, plays offensive line and defensive line. Mostly defensive line, as you've seen there, but yeah, 2 schools with not a ton of players. Obviously good to see. And that injury isn't too serious. He's able to jog off. We'll miss a few plays, but he should be back here in probably the next 3-4 plays, I would say. As the Falcons offense lines up once again, Rice is going to come in. Haven't seen him at all this half. He is going to line up under a center here. Hopkins, Kang, and Schefter all behind him. And we see he's going to hand it off to Schefter, who gets blown up in the backfield. No blocking up front. And he is in there immediately for the stop. The signature handshake over there shared by the Watkins Mill defensive line. And now after the 2-yard run, that tackle for loss, that's going to set up a 3rd and goal from the 7-8 yard line of the Watkins Mill Wolverines. And you saw that huge play by Tyler Schefter, the quarterback draw, got them into this position. Something we've seen a discouraging trend from the Falcons offense tonight, getting the ball deep in the territory and not being able to put up 6. We saw it with the fumble at the 1-yard line. We saw it with the turnover on downs at the 5. We'll see if they can change their luck here. I mean, one play, you're up by 2 scores. None of that earlier stuff really matters much. As Rice under center once again, same formation. He's going to toss it out to Stanton. Stanton looking for the double pass. He's going to fire, and this one is I believe that is intercepted. It will be intercepted by the Watkins Mill defense. Another missed opportunity by the Falcons offense, and the Wolverines will take over at the 1-yard line for the 2nd time this game.
1st and 10. Deep in their own territory. Looks like about the 1-yard line.
They tried to go with the double pass to Stanton, tried to fit it in there to what looked to be Dylan Hopkins, just not able to get it where he needed to. A great diving interception by the Watkins Mill defender, and they are going to take over deep in their own territory. That is the 3rd red zone turnover of the night by the Falcons. Not something you want to see, especially in a game that's this close with a score of 8-0.
All right, we got a timeout, Watkins Mill.
The timeout will be called here by Watkins Mill. Obviously, saw what happened last time they were deep in this territory. I should say 2 times ago. Last time they weren't able to get a first down. They did get the punt away successfully, but that ended up in a Falcons touchdown after Stanton returned the kick to the 20. A few plays later, they tossed the ball into Hopkins. But the first time they were down here when they forced that fumble, ended up in it. They tried to punt out of their own end zone, and snap went right over the punter's head, out through the back of the end zone, leading into a safety. And obviously, you're the Poolesville defense. Obviously, don't want to be in this situation where you're back on the field with the offense not capitalizing with good field position. But if they can continue what they've done over the past few times, the Watkins Mills offense has started from here. I mean, you're going to be pretty happy about that. Watkins Mills started with the ball from their own 1 twice, and the Falcons have subsequently scored all 8 points off of it. So, as Hurt's going to be under center He's going to do a quick handoff, just trying to get yards. The push from the back, not much doing there. So he gets up to around the 4-yard line. Does get out of that, back against the wall situation. Not by much, but they do get out of the 1-yard line. And that will set up a 2nd and 7 from their own 4.
Wolverines make a little breathing room with the game without 2 on the play. 2nd and 8.
And getting that breathing room is just so important. You saw what happened with that last punt. All right, I mean, obviously, if you're tuning in, you didn't see what happened with that. But, yeah, just the punt right over the punter's head, leading into that Falcon safety, which gave them the ball back as well. Not something you want to do here again if you're that Watkinsville offense. This is going to be another run up the middle. Still not much doing there as he's going to go, about another gain of 1, set up a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, depending on the spot. And as the clock ticks here, under 1 minute left in this third quarter, not seeing any offense, not seeing much offense here. Watkinsville, first drive, they didn't get anything. Second drive, so far, 3rd and long, not getting much of anything. Falcons had that one big play on their last drive, but the interception resulted in no points. 30 seconds left here. They're going to have to run one more play to get it to the end of the third quarter. Falcons started with the ball, not much doing on either side this quarter outside of the one big play by Schefter. And we'll see how this play is run. Another flag, though. Seen a few miscommunications by both sides, honestly. And this one will result in encroachment by the defense. There's been 3 false starts this game. That is the 2nd encroachment. Lots of movement on the line this game. Lots of penalties. Lots of plays for negative yards. We're seeing a lot of negatives this game. But if you're a Falcons fan, obviously the 8-0 lead with 20 seconds left in the third, leading this point in the game, not something they're familiar with this season. It's the first time they've had a lead this late into the game. Obviously, hoping to get the stop here for Watkinsville makes it a lot more manageable into a 3rd and 2 as they're going to go up the middle. Late push by the offensive line, and that should be enough to give them the first down.
Keeper up the gut. Looks like the offensive line got enough.
Wolverines first down there as Hurt just pushed forward with the help of his offensive line to gain that first down. And we've seen a lot of emotions by these Poolesville coaches this season. It has not been the season that they thought they were going to have, and that is one of those reasons. A lot of penalties, a lot of lack of discipline, and we're seeing the opposing offense, opposing defenses of pretty much every team they've played capitalized off it. You had the 3rd and 7 there. You get the encroachment call up to a 3rd and 2, and then you get a little quarterback sneak that they've ran twice, just worked twice. So as this is the end of the third quarter, field will flip. Watkinsville will start with the ball at their own 12 with a 1st and 10, down by 8, looking to get some points on the board, while the Falcons defense looks to set up a statement stop and get the ball back, and then really transition into getting the ball into the end zone or through the uprights to go up by 2 scores. But going into the fourth quarter here, Watkinsville 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line after the successful quarterback sneak at the end of the last quarter.
Our concessions at all of our sporting events are brought to you by the Poolesville Athletic Booster Club. If you're interested in joining and or volunteering with the Athletic Booster Club, please see one of the officers by the concession stand. Also, check out the website with updated athletic information at https://phsboosterclub.org. All right, Wolverines looking at the 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line.
At the start of the fourth quarter here, 8-0 Falcons. Watkinsville Wolverines setting up with a 1st and 10. Hurt in the backfield with Prater to his right. Hurt's looking to go deep. Got good blocking up front. Schlossberg gets a hit, and Cage Tupa finishes it off. Schlossberg got him in the backfield, wasn't able to make the tackle, but got him off balance just enough for Cage Tupa to come flying in there and make the hit for just a gain of about a half yard to set up a 2nd and 9. This half, we're really seeing that player that head coach Brian Tooper, obviously Cage's dad, and the rest of the coaching staff know that he can be. Just a really physical, really fast, explosive linebacker. Can plug holes. They can get to the outside runs. Can stop explosive plays from happening. You've seen there second tackle for 2 tackles for loss this half, and a few big hits for just low gains. As this one is not going to be a stop for the Falcons, as this one's going to be pushed all the way to the 23-yard line, 22-yard line that is, for a 3rd and 1. Situation we've seen a bit. Saw it last few plays with a 3rd and 2 when they ran the quarterback sneak to push it across. But this is one of the first few times we've seen just a standard 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Had the encroachment twice on the 3rd. Had the encroachment on the 3rd and 1 in the first half. Had the encroachment on the 3rd and 7 last time to set up this 3rd and short. But we'll see what happens here as he's still back in the shotgun. The snap goes behind his head. Hurt running to it. He is able to pick it up. But that is all the way down to his 4-yard line. Escape turnover disaster, but a big loss there for the Wolverines offense. And after getting the ball out with some breathing room, they are back where they started and are going to have to punt out of their own end zone again. We saw what happened last time with the safety. Falcons obviously looking for a similar outcome. Wolverines would just be happy to get this punt off cleanly.
So the Wolverines set the punt number 88. Lamar Sutherland back to punt number 2. Deshaun Stanton set to return for your
and the dangerous Deshaun Stanton back there to return. A few big returns from him so far today. If he gets some space to run, it could be a nightmare for that Watkins-Mill special teams unit we've seen a few times already. The snap is good. The punt is very high but very short. That's going to bounce, take a good Watkins-Mill bounce, but Leo Sago falls on it. But the Falcons offense will set up shop at the Watkins-Mill 23-yard line.
Falcons will take over a very good field position at the Wolverines' 22-yard line, just outside of the red zone.
Some more chance raining down by that Falcons student section. Getting into it, obviously, with this great field position. They've worked into field position a few times. Obviously, hoping to put some points up this time, other than last time when they, obviously, as we saw through the interception, had a few mistakes leading to Watkins-Mill getting the ball back. And once again, just being gifted really good field position after that bad punt. And whistles by the referees, trying to sort out some stuff. Personnel issues, it looks like. Watkins-Mill's head coach pointing something out. Looked to be just a positioning issue by the referees. As whistle will blow and they will get back into it. Rice back in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Hopkins. Hopkins has a lane. Hopkins cutting to the outside, breaking a tackle inside the 10-yard line. Inside the 5, actually at the 5-yard line. And with just one play, they have a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Hopkins had the touchdown earlier with a fantastic acrobatic lunging dive. They got the ball over the plane. Not able to get in the end zone there, but obviously you're not complaining about a little 15-yard carry to get you inside the red zone and inside the 10-yard line. And this will set them up with a 1st and goal. 3rd time they've had it today, 4th time actually. Hoping to do it on their 2nd drive when they push it in for 6. Rice in the backfield, going to hand it off to Schefter. Schefter pushing forward, not going to get a ton of yards, but he will get down to about the 3-yard line. 2-3-yard line. There is another Watkins-Mill player is down with an injury, getting up slowly. He will get up though. Won't need the assistance of the trainers out onto the field, and they will have a 2nd and goal. Never mind, it was an offside by Watkins-Mill. Flag came out, didn't really see it, called it late. And just another one of those penalties that we've seen on the front line for both teams. A lot of encroachments, a lot of false starts, a lot of delay of games. Just been a game filled with miscommunications. This whole game, just a lot of mistakes, miscommunications, not doing what they needed to do. But if you're the Falcons, obviously you're loving that. Just moves the ball ever so closer to the goal line. They're going to start this one out from the Watkins-Mill 3. Rice once again in the shotgun. Hopkins to his right. Schefter behind him. He will hand it to Schefter. Schefter up the middle. Almost untouched. Tyler Schefter on senior night. He's going for a touchdown, and he's now running for a touchdown. The senior trying to send his team to the playoffs with a win, and he will get in there for his second touchdown of the game. Tyler Schefter, what's shaping up to be a game to remember. That will increase the Falcons' lead to 14-0 as Stokes is going to line up for the extra point to try and make it 15-0. Missed the field goal earlier. Didn't know if it was blocked or just offline. Hoping to get back on track with an extra point make here. The snap to Stanton is good. The kick is up, and that is straight through the uprights. And the Falcons are up 15-0. A two-possession lead here, their first of the season. A flag comes in, looks to be on Watkins Mill for some late after the play shoving. And won't impact the play at all. Jack Stokes nails the extra point. 8:52 left in the game. Falcons 15, Watkins Mill 0. Like Stanton over there talking with the student section a little bit. Seen him getting them up a few times. He does again right here. But yeah, I mean, he's been one of the most vocal players on their team. One of the loudest. Guy gets so hyped. Really, the presence that they missed when he was out with that injury. Played a great game on all three sides of the ball tonight. And just a lot of really good performances from some Falcons players who really need this as they're going into their playoff matchup next week.
There must have been a personal foul somewhere that we missed. Falcons set the kick from the Wolverines' 45-yard line.
Yeah, Stokes with that short field after the penalty on the Wolverines. Going to kick this one from the Watkins Mill 45. Whistle blows. Stokes kicks it. This one is going to go straight through the end zone. And just misses going through the uprights. A long kick there for the touchback. As the Wolverines offense will start out with a 1st and 10 from their own 20. Falcons defense looking to make a few more stops here to ice this one. Up by 2 scores for the first time this season. Got some good offensive drives these past few times. Able to put that 7 points on the board. Get that score out to a 2-possession lead. Defense just looking to continue what they've done tonight. Limit the explosive plays, not give them much, and use their backers and secondary guys to force those tackles for loss and force those backwards plays to try and get them set up in a 3rd and long, 4th and long, whatever you want to call it. Hurt in the gun once again. Right to his left. Hurt's going to go in the shotgun, looking to pass. He's going to get brought down this time. Seth Lamar flexing after he picks up this one. The senior's coming out to play on senior night here. Hurt tried to step up in the pocket, make something happen. Lamar got right in there to bring him down. Didn't even see it. Another refreshing sight for this Poolesville team. That student section has been loud the whole game. Keeping them into the game has been a goal for that team this whole year. Not able to do it a ton. Absolutely doing it here. And this is going to be another look back to pass. Schefter in pursuit. He's going to try and set the edge here. And he does successfully, as this is going to be a loss of a few yards as Schefter catching up to the quarterback, not letting him go anywhere. Pretty much a coverage sack, as you would call that one. Just corner safeties, not letting anybody get open. Defensive line gave them enough time to get in there and make the play to set them back all the way at their own 11 for a 3rd and 20. Now, last 3rd and really long they had resulted in an interception for the Falcons. See if they try and go aggressive here once again. They're going to go for the pass over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Coverage was good by Racer Anderson. Throw was high. That's going to fall incomplete. And the punt team is going to come out once again. Falcons defense doing what they have done all night, not letting them get much of anything. Getting another stop. The Falcons offense will get the ball back. Just under 8 minutes left to play here in this one. Up by 2 scores. Unfamiliar position to be here for this Falcons team, but definitely a good one.
Once again, students, if your parents are picking you up from tonight's game, the time to call them is now. Call them is going to be in about 15 minutes.
As the punt is high, he's able to get the punt off. A great play by the Watkins Mill punter, as this one's going to bounce into Falcons territory. Picked up by Watkins Mill. They seem to think that Stanton touched it. I don't think Stanton feels the same way. The refs will talk about it. They're going to have a conference here. Depends on what the call is, but this is either a momentum shift for Watkins Mill or just a lucky break by that Poolesville team to get the ball back. Yeah, with the Falcons offense coming out there, they decide this is Falcons football. Did not touch Stanton, obviously. He didn't think he touched him, but the chase should. And never mind, I saw Carter Rice coming out onto the field, and I guess it did touch Stanton. Haven't seen him play corner much, but he does play here, and that's trying to trip me up. And another great play. Cage Tupa coming in there, stuffing the run once again. Momentum play by Watkins Mill. Falcons defense and Cage Tupa, who's had an outstanding half, come in with the tackle for loss on the first play to blow it up. Approaching 7 minutes left here in this one. Watkins Mill in Poolesville territory. Looking to make something happen. This is going to be a direct snap. Handoff going to go up the middle. Not many yards there. We'll get ahead of the original line of scrimmage. We're going to set up a 3rd and 7 now.
Gaining about 4 or 5 on the play. Watkins Mill looking at 3rd and 6. Are you muted?
Had some bit of a technical issue there. Going to be a third and short here for the Watkins Mill offense. Line up with that bunch formation that they've used a few times. And the snap is going to be a toss to the right side, pushing forward. Only needed about a yard. Looks like he'll get it. And that will result in a Watkins Mill first down.
You got just enough for the Watkins Mill first down. As we draw near the close of tonight's contest, the athletic department would like to thank you for helping us keep our facility clean by using the proper trash receptacles, and remind you that if you're wondering if you belong in the track or field, you don't. So please stay off it.
Just a bit of a mix-up there. Big pile. Not much going there.
Carry by number 44, Praker, stood up at the line of scrimmage. He works pretty hard for a couple yards.
Stood up once again. Falcons defensive line just beefing up. And Schefter is going to be coming off, limping a little bit. Not what you want to see. Johnny Smith and Koja Ankara coming in there. Two big bodies to replace him. Obviously, with how he's been playing tonight and how he's been playing this season, not somebody that you can afford to lose with the playoffs coming just next week. And Hurt with the snap. He's looking deep, fires it deep. This one is going to be intercepted in the end zone.
Intercepted by number 16.
Aiden Kang dropped a few passes early and comes back with the interception in the end zone. They tried to go for the big play, and Aiden Kang, with lockdown coverage, snatches that one out of the hands of the receiver and puts the Poolesville offense back onto the field.
All right. After the official sort things out, the interception is good. Touchback. Falcons will take over first and 10. 20-yard line.
Falcons will take over at their 20. A huge play to stop the Watkins Mill momentum. A great sign by that secondary. Saw one of their best players, Schefter, come off the field. He is still down right now, but he will have a little bit of time after this. Obviously, he does play both sides, with the offense coming back onto the field. They're just going to try and milk some clock here, get this closer, if not all the way to the end of the game, with just 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in this matchup. Yeah, timeout called on the field. They're going to head back out there. Yeah, with the position of the ball, looks like they're trying to figure out if this is going to be some sort of safety. Maybe got his feet down inside or out of the end zone, I should say, and went into the end zone. Yeah, no real video review here in high school, so they're just going to have to try and figure out if someone saw something that somebody else didn't see. Yeah, ref's still talking about it.
All right, if I'm able to decipher this properly, it's an unsportsmanlike call against you.
Okay.
Sideline.
Actually, yeah, going to be a
Results in a 15-yard penalty.
sideline infraction, sideline unsportsmanlike conduct, whatever you want to call it. But that will give the Falcons offense 15 more yards. That's what it looks to be, at least. And, yeah, instead of starting from their 20, they will start from their 35. Definitely good field position here. With 4:16, obviously, you're going to just want to run this one out. Not looking for any more points here. Maybe trying to be aggressive, just try and keep the offense going, but and actually, yeah, okay. 15-yard penalty. They're going to have the ball at their own 35. Took a lot to sort that one out, but yeah, they will. That's where we're going to start this drive with probably call it 4.5 minutes left. And the run up the middle, not much. In fact, he's going to lose a few yards there.
Hand off to Dylan Hopkins, met in the backfield, lost it 2.
Now Hopkins not able to get anything on that one. Watkins defense obviously knows the run's coming, just trying to stop that, force a turnover, and try and get the ball back. If you're Poolesville, obviously, biggest thing right now, ball security, ball security, ball security. You just can't let this ball get back to Watkins Mill. Defense and everybody, they played so well, but you just can't give them any kind of momentum late in this game. It's going to be a handoff to Hopkins, also met in the backfield.
Pitch number 33, Dylan Hopkins.
And 2 straight good plays by the Watkins Mill defense now.
Loss of 2 on the play. Falcons be looking at 3rd and also more than 2 on the play. 3rd and 17.
3rd and 17 now. 2 big losses. Obviously, that's not the biggest thing they're worried about right now. They're just trying to take home this win, but Watkins Mill putting up a fight at the end of this game.
3rd and 18 for the Falcons. Got to make it to their own 45-yard line for a first down.
And a big sack here.
Down the backfield by Kayon Prather.
Kayon Prather, big man, played very good game today. Not a ton of huge performances from Watkins Mill, but if there's anyone that's played well today, it has definitely been him. And with just over 2 minutes left, they're going to line up to punt this one away. Clock ticking down. The reality of their first win this season slowly coming into fruition. And obviously, you know, they've got to feel great about this one. Took a lot more time than they would have liked, but
So we've got a timeout, Watkins Mill.
yeah, Watkins Mill will take a timeout there.
As you get close to the end of the game, let's hear it for your cheer team as they prepare to compete tomorrow in the county championship. Best of luck. Best of luck, cheer team.
Timeout. Minute 54 left. Falcons lining up to punt now. Going to boot this one away. One quick stop by the defense should result in their first win. Sloppy game, but at the end, all you really care about is seeing that W in the column. As this is going to be a punt fumbled by Watkins Mill. Don't know who got on top of that. Falcons might have possession again. But Watkins Mill did recover that one. Almost a full end of the game, I guess you could say. Don't really know the best way to put that one. But yeah, Watkins Mill, minute 46 seconds left, down by 15.
They are up against the clock with 1:46 left in the game, down by 15.
An offense for Watkins Mill not able to generate much tonight. Falcons defense with a much needed standout game. Empty backfield here for Hurt. Going to fire across the middle. That one misfire, and that's going to fall incomplete. 2nd and 10 now.
Andrew Hurt's pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, haven't seen a ton of passes tonight from the Watkins Mill offense, but with under 2 minutes left, down by 2 scores, you're looking to get some explosive plays, and you're going to want to get some scores fast. I mean, if they want to get back into this game, they're going to need a quick touchdown and then probably an onside kick. So it's a tall order here against a defense who's played very well tonight. As Hurt's going to pass this, another one incomplete, just in between 2 guys. Didn't really know who he was going for there. And that will set up a 3rd and 10 now with a minute 40 left.
3rd and 10, Falcons timeout.
A timeout taken by Poolesville, just going to set up. Make sure you got the right coverage here. Obviously, time on your side, so just got to make sure and put this game on ice. And it's another pass play. Going to fire it deep. Aiden Kang there once again. And he picks it off for his 2nd of the game. Going to run it back. Try and get some space here brought down in Watkinsville territory. Aiden Kang with his second interception of the game to officially put this game on ice.
1:25 left in the game.
And it took them until the last game of the season, but the Falcons will hang on and win this game for their first win of the season that comes on senior night. With some of the great performances by the seniors, Tyler Schefter with a great game, Seth Lamar with a great game, the rest of the guys putting in work to lead to this final score. A great way to end off the regular season as we head into the playoffs. Big momentum shift here for a team that's been struggling to get any sort of momentum this season. We'll see how they carry that into the playoffs next week and how they will attack that game.
And we have a flag on the field.
And there's a flag.
Well, men on the field.
And looks to be 12 men on the field on the offense. Excited about winning the game so much they send another guy out there, because why not? And yeah, it looks to be they're just going to take this one for a knee, close this game out. Need to take two of them. Knee this one down as the clock keeps ticking down. Falcons, not a pretty win by any means, but it got the job done. Second knee here.
Carter Rice takes the knee again. I think he's going to have to do it one more time, and the Falcons are going to come away with a big
We have to take one more, but that will be a senior night victory for the Falcons.
15-0. Let's hear it for all the senior student athletes tonight.
Getting the crowd hype in the final seconds of this game. A huge win to end off the season.
All right, let's hear it for your Falcons as they pick up a win in the last regular game of the season.
And they will indeed close this out to win. Me and everyone at the Poolesville Sports Web, thank you for tuning in. Playoffs start next week. No streaming there, but we will have the coverage of the game on the Sports Web Instagram. Thank you guys. Have a great night.
You can meet the student athletes.